Now.
Welcome to Newswatch 12 at 10. I'm Nate Myhock. Competing in a sport with a friend can always make things a little more fun. But one group competes in snowmobile races as a family. Newswatch 12's Morgan Johnson has the details.
Chad Seiler has one thing on his mind this weekend.
To race snowmobiles.
Chad got into snowmobiles unintentionally, but after his first ride, him and the sled were inseparable.
The adrenaline, the competition, very competitive person.
This weekend, Chad, his daughter Chloe, and his father Patrick are all in Eagle River for the World Championship Vintage Snowmobile races. They drove 9 hours. The track is a fan favorite, but also a racer favorite.
It's the best. It's the granddaddy of them all. I mean, this is where people come from all over the United States.
Patrick has always been into vintage things.
So my first sled was a 1972. And then I had a 78 Polaris TX, so it just became natural. I mean, I collect, I've redone vintage cars, trailers, so it's just part of life.
But he didn't start racing sleds until his son Chad did. It became a family tradition.
The family aspect of this is what it's all about.
Patrick's granddaughter Chloe is newer to racing, but she was a natural from the start. Chloe enjoys being able to race with people she knows.
It's enjoyable. I mean, it's fun when you're able to win your racing and being able to have other people looking up for you.
At the end of the day, whether they win or lose, the 3 generations come together. But Chad can never truly let go of his competitive side.
Well, we come here to win. So.
Reporting for Newswatch 12 in Eagle River, I'm Morgan Johnson.
Well, Andrew, it should be a great weekend for racing, it looks like.
Yeah, Nate, we'll get some fresh snow on the ground tonight and have warmer temperatures on Saturday, but then we're getting cold again and staying on the dry side. Right now, current temperatures in the single digits, if not the low teens. So it's been a bit of a chilly day out there. Tonight we will have near seasonable lows, but it will feel a lot colder with the wind chill in mind. So looking hour by hour at the rest of the night on the way, having those lows bottom out into the low single digits, but all the while feeling like the negative teens because we will have a breeze out of the south near 10 to 20 miles an hour. Some wind gusts could peak near 30 miles an hour at times. Now, all the while, this will all be going on under mostly cloudy skies for tonight. Clouds have been on the increase throughout the daytime hours. We'll keep the clouds into our Saturday and be looking at some areas having an inch of snow to pick up overnight with some snow showers passing by right now. We'll time out those snow showers and look at those snowfall totals on the way coming up in just a bit. Nate?
Thank you, Andrew. Every new year, Eagle River residents hold their breath for the city's famous ice castle. But ice conditions can't be too thick or too thin. However, this year, they're just right. Volunteer firefighters were already hard at work today. The department cut 9 inches into the ice, and they did so while using machines. They'll cut the last 3 inches by hand tomorrow. On Saturday, more than 2,000 blocks of ice will be carried from Silver Lake to downtown Eagle River. The design of this year's castle is by the late Jack Thomas, whose family has been involved with the ice castle since the tradition began in the 1930s. Eagle River Fire Chief Michael Anderson wanted to continue that family legacy, and they did so by using one of Thomas's old designs.
It's very important to the family to keep that tradition alive, so I do my best to make sure that the tradition of their family designing all the ice castles continues throughout the years.
You may have noticed that Chief Anderson made the design model out of Legos. He has about 2,500 individual pieces, each represent a single block of ice.
I'm a visual person. I can look at something on paper and not see it. When I build it with the Legos, I can see what we're doing. It helps me manage the whole process.
Cutting out ice blocks will start at 9:30 tomorrow morning on Silver Lake. Volunteers are welcome and asked to check in at the railroad depot. Half-ton pickup trucks are still needed to haul ice from the lake to the depot. Volunteers are also welcome to help with the building process. That will take place on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Across the country, there are many businesses still struggling to recover from the previous 2 years of slow business that's due to the pandemic. One of those businesses is Stargazer Limousine Service. They were caught off guard, just like so many others.
2019, we're doing great. In fact, we broke a record. And then When 2020 hit, it was just like taking a ball and just dropping it in a hole.
Richard says there is hope for greater days ahead and an increase to business in 2022, especially compared to struggles in the past 2 years.
With the experiences that many of us companies have gone through, we just need to hang in there, get through them, and eventually things will improve.
Linsmeyer says the business is not fully back yet, saying there is still a lot of work to be done in order to get business back to where they would like to see it. A Georgia judge sentenced the 3 men convicted of killing Ahmaud Arbery, a black man who was out running in February of 2020. The deadly shooting drew international attention after video of the incident was leaked, leading to arrests months later. NBC's Bree Jackson has the latest. Having a bit of a technical difficulty there. When we get back, though, we'll check in with Andrew, who has our main forecast. You're watching News Watch 12 at 10.
This portion of News Watch 12 is brought to you by Stone Innovations, Rhinelander and Plover.
The big in-stock winter blowout sale is on at Slumberland Furniture. Over 20 different sofas in stock and ready to go. Over 50 accent chairs and recliners too. Everything is on sale and shipping is free. Huge store-wide savings at Slumberland Furniture.
Here's your News Watch 12 Snowmobile Trail Report, brought to you by your local Northern Wisconsin and Upper Peninsula Ski-Doo dealers.
You've decided to go back to school. Good for you. So, which would you rather do? Get up early, get dressed, drive to college, find a parking spot, walk across campus, only to sit in a giant lecture hall, or earn your degree from home with Independence University.
I have 2 small children, a 10-year-old and a 4-year-old, so the online format and the flexibility was a must.
I could work at my own pace, and I was still able to take care of my kids while going to school.
We'll even provide you with a new laptop and tablet to keep when you graduate, and a personal student success team.
I have had such personalized attention, and it's an online degree.
If I had a question on the coursework, I always got my answer within an hour or 2.
I will never be able to express what I owe this institution.
Independence University, online, but never alone.
Call 1-800-879-1493. 1-800-879-1493.
The big in-stock winter blowout sale is on at Slumberland Furniture. Over 20 different sofas in stock and ready to go. Over 50 accent chairs and recliners too. Everything is on sale and shipping is free. Huge store-wide savings at Slumberland Furniture.
Welcome on back. Tonight we have some travel concerns with a little bit of snowfall on the way, and those travel concerns will linger into our Saturday with blustery conditions outside, making for some drifting snow, all the while making us feel a lot colder outside than those high temperatures that we're looking at in the 20s. So by now, most areas under cloudy skies. There are a couple snow showers working into parts of far western Wisconsin, all part of a little bit of a larger system working through parts of Minnesota right now. This is expected to give us some snowfall overnight, mostly for areas north of Highway 8. So it's not going to be a blockbuster snowfall by any means, but with the windy conditions out there, that can make for some decreased travel conditions out there lingering into tomorrow. So right now, looking at that visibility in northern Wisconsin and spilling into northern Minnesota, seeing where that snowfall is landing right now. So visibility on the ground, looking at areas at 10, that would be clear visibility all around, 10 out of 10. Other areas seeing that reduced visibility in northwest Wisconsin. So expect this trend to continue into the north woods through tonight, and then having those lingering blowing snow drifts into our Saturday. So looking at that snowfall that we'll have, that snowfall is going to be about an inch or so, mainly for areas north of Highway 8. Areas to the south getting more of a dusting of snowfall, so not a big snowfall event, but it's going to be that blowing snow that kind of causes some lingering problems out there into the next day or so. So I do want to show you what's on the way then for our Saturday. So we have the snow on the ground by the early morning hours, and by now we see mostly cloudy skies. Clouds will be pretty common for our Saturday. It's going to be just kind of a gray day all around. So morning hours, we have the snow on the ground. Now look at the wind. I have our peak wind gusts on our map here. We're going to be seeing those driving in out of the south near 30 miles an hour at times on Saturday. So you can expect what that's going to do with some snow on the ground, kind of creating that snow globe sort of a look out there. So we do have those breezy winds throughout the day. Overnight, we keep up with the breezy winds, if not getting even more blustery into our Sunday as a cold front swipes through the state. So that's going to turn us into more of a northwest breeze, and that's going to be delivering in those wind gusts near 25 miles an hour. So expect a couple of those windy days to prevail through the weekend, and then we're going to be keeping up with those windy conditions into later parts of Sunday. And that does have an impact on our temperatures as well as having that blowing snow. So looking at that feel-like temperature, the wind chill getting into later parts of overnight into Saturday, feeling like the negative single digits. And then as we look into our Saturday later on into the evening hours, remember our daytime highs are going to be in the 20s, but we're going to be feeling like the teens throughout the day. Overnight getting very cold into Sunday, feeling like negative 20 or less as we get into early parts of Sunday. So for tonight, down near 3 with those light snow showers mostly north of Highway 8, and it's going to feel colder than 3, of course, with the south breeze near 10 to 25 miles an hour. And then on our Saturday, we're getting even more blustery out there with that south-southwest breeze near 10 to 30, and that will be under mostly cloudy skies throughout the day, and highs in the low 20s will feel more like the teens with the wind chill. Now as we look at our 7-day forecast brought to you by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress, is going to show us having that gray day to get through on Saturday, but then the sunshine starts to return on Sunday and for days beyond, so look forward to that. But no, it's going to stay cold into middle parts of next week, and then we're looking out for snow chances by Friday. Nate?
Thank you, Andrew. The CDC is facing mounting criticism as the Omicron variant continues to spread nationwide. Friday, the agency's director, Dr. Rochelle Walensky, took questions from reporters in her first solo press conference since July. The transparency at the CDC comes as former Biden administration health advisors are urging the White House to change its COVID strategy. CNN's Alexandria Field reports.
I'm honored to join you today to
facing mounting criticism. The CDC director is speaking out.
This is hard, and I am committed and to continue to improve as we learn more about the science and to communicate that with all of you.
The agency under fire again, this time for confusing guidance on isolation as people, businesses, and schools forge their own way forward.
People just want to be safe. I mean, it is a surge that we're concerned about.
In California's Bay Area, teachers are protesting current COVID protocols, staging a sick out. In Chicago, the city's still fighting for in-person learning with a teachers union that voted to go remote. Most schools there canceled for a third day.
It's our kids who are being affected by it, and parents need to be at that table as well.
But a major push to keep kids in class now comes from one of the nation's most prominent hospitals. Children's Hospital of Philadelphia says even in times of significant community transmission, kids should be in school. The hospital supports putting more exposed but asymptomatic students and staff back in class with masks and calls for less testing of asymptomatic individuals.
So our new normal will look like a future where we have SARS-CoV-2, but it's not a panic. It's not a crisis. It's not devastating our public health infrastructure and our economy the way we see it today.
6 former advisors to President Joe Biden are now calling for new measures from the White House to move Americans more quickly toward a new normal. Among the suggestions, quicker updates to vaccines to keep pace with the changing virus.
COVID is going to be around us, just like the flu is around us, and we're going to have to live with that, and we're going to have to bring the mortality rates down to make it so we can go back to our normal everyday lives.
At the Supreme Court, justices are hearing arguments today against COVID vaccine mandates affecting large businesses and some healthcare workers. That as New York's governor announces she'll require booster shots for all healthcare workers, the first state in the nation to do so.
You would want to make sure that anyone taking care of you is fully protected.
Moderna's CEO is the latest to say a fourth shot could be needed for some by fall as hospitalizations approach an all-time high and as the average number of daily cases tops 600,000. The governor of West Virginia says the time for a fourth shot is already here. Governor Jim Justice requesting permission from the CDC and the FDA to give an extra booster to people who need them most.
As we mentioned before, the 3 men convicted in killing Ahmaud Arbery received their sentences today. Bree Jackson has the latest.
As we understand it, he left his home apparently to go for a run, and he ended up running for his life.
Today, a Georgia judge sentencing father and son, Gregory and Travis McMichael, to life without the possibility of parole for the killing of 25-year-old Ahmaud Arbery. Their neighbor, William Bryan, was sentenced to life with the possibility of parole. The cell phone video of Arbery, a black man, being chased and gunned down by 3 white men while he ran through a Georgia neighborhood sparked a national outcry. Nearly 2 years later, Arbery's father still haunted by the crime.
Not only did they lynch my son in broad daylight, but they killed him while he was doing what he loved than anything, running.
More than a month ago, a jury found the trio guilty of murder. Today, the family pleading for life without parole.
The loss of Ahmaud has devastated me and my family. Ahmaud never said a word to them. He never threatened them.
Defense lawyers asked the judge for leniency, arguing their clients did not intend to kill anyone.
Exercise this discretion in favor of growth, in favor of redemption, in favor of hope for not just the McMichael family, for not just Everett McMichael, but for the Arbery family.
The Arbery family today say they feel a sense of justice, but they continue to fight in honor of Ahmaud. The men convicted of his murder now face a second trial on federal hate crime charges. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
Start the new year off right with Menards Bag Sale. Pick up a bag in-store and get 15% off everything you can fit in the bag now through January 15th. Whether you pack it, load it, stuff it, or stack it. From light bulbs to tools, snacks, and much more. Fit it in the bag and save 15%. So pick up a bag in-store and find out how much you fit in the bag now through January 15th.
Save big money at Menards.
Weather can be weathered with technology there to help you in a Ford Escape. Winter roads can be tough. Bronco Sport, tougher. And Explorer can take the bite out of chilly mornings. Ford, winter like you mean it. Hurry in to get a great offer on a weather-ready Ford SUV. Visit your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers today.
Attention homeowners. Are you behind on your mortgage payments? Is the bank threatening to take your home? Is your home worth less than you owe? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then you need to call this number right now. We are the Mortgage Defense Line, and we can help you save your home. Through this TV offer, you can take advantage of special programs designed for people just like you. We've already helped thousands of people save their homes. It doesn't matter if you've been turned down before. We can help you too. Call right now for your free no-cost evaluation. It won't cost you anything to find out if we can help you. We are the Mortgage Defense Line, and we can help you save your home. Don't wait. Call right now.
Call 1-800-970-8640. That's 1-800-970-8640. Again, 1-800-970-8640. That's 1-800-970-8640.
This portion of News Watch 12 is brought to you by Northwoods Furniture, Eagle River.
In a battle of 2 teams tied in the conference standings, Lakeland Union traveled to Rhinelander to take on the Hodags. Coach Ryan Clark getting his girls fired up, but Lakeland trying to play spoiler on the road. first half action. The Hodags are going to kick it out. The three is no good, but Audrey Sheik is right there to clean it up for two. And Rhinelander was out to an early 9-point lead. Shortly after that, it's Annika Johnson spotting up from three and knocking it down. The Dags were up by 10, but here comes Lakeland. It's Christina Ouimet with the cut and the finish. Thunderbirds back to within 8. And then it's time to work on the boards from the T-Birds. Kale Quaid grabbing the miss and then finishing down low. Lakeland down 5 at the half, but they'd outscore Rhinelander by 34 in the second. Thunderbirds win 66-39. Living in the Northwoods taught me very quickly that people love hockey. But one man in Florida, and yes, I said Florida, takes his love a step further. Mark Farrell is a retired engineer and a huge hockey fan. He loves it so much he built his own Zamboni. And the best part, this half van, half Zamboni is street legal. Farrell drives fans to and from Tampa Bay Lightning games in his homemade vehicle. And along the way, he collects donations that he gives to local charities. It's also a great way to turn some heads along the way.
We drive it around. We've got a great stereo on this thing. We play music at nighttime. It lights up. Got a big horn, like a lightning goal horn on it. And people sit in it and see it and wave at us. And it's just, you know, it's one of those things where you drive down the street and people just smile.
As the Packers get set for another playoff run, there is one major concern, and it's not Aaron Rodgers' toe, but the Packers' special teams. The unit ranks in the bottom quarter in 6 categories. Green Bay's 4 punt return fumbles are tied for the second most in the league. Rookie returner Amari Rodgers has struggled, which has forced Matt LaFleur to try different players in that role. However, newly signed David Moore played well Sunday night against the Vikings. He recorded a 21-yard punt return, the Packers' longest in 48 games. But Moore is inactive for Sunday's game in Detroit, giving the rookie another shot.
It starts with giving the ball back to the offense. I tell punt returners, kickoff returners all the time, the ball does not belong to you. That's the team's ball that we're placing you in care of, and you need to make sure you give it back to the greatest show on turf.
While things looked good against Minnesota, they still had some issues, and punter Cody Bajorquez bobbled a field goal snap, shaked a punt, but Mo Drayton hopeful the unit can fix it up on Sunday. I'd imagine a lot of people here in the Northwoods would love to catch a fish for a living, and while our very own Chris Brannick doesn't get paid to fish, does get paid to show off people's big old fish.
Newswatch 12's Big Old Fish is brought to you by Kurt's Island Sports Shop in Minocqua.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
What did the shark say after eating the clownfish? That tasted a little funny. Before I start this week's Big Old Fish, I just want to wish everyone a Happy New Year and wish everyone a year of happiness and good health. Well, anyway, let's move on with this week's Big Old Fish. We start off with 8-year-old Eddie Pierce from White Lake. Now, Eddie caught these 2 big crappies while he was jigging with his dad on Christmas Eve on Sawyer Lake. Well, that's not one big old fish, but 2 big old fish. Way to go, Eddie. Keep on reeling them in. Next up on this week's Big Old Fish, we have 9-year-old Kayston Sams from Argonne. Now, this is Kayston's first fish of the year, caught in Area Lake with his papa Terry. Now, he pulled this beautiful 25-inch walleye through the hole, and it fell on the ice. Well, I'm glad you got the lucky bounce, Kayston. That is one big old fish. Keep on reeling them in. Finally, on this week's Big Old Fish, we have Julie Barrett from Rhinelander. Now, Julie was fishing in Winter Haven, Florida, when she caught this absolutely gorgeous largemouth on a large shiner with a float. Said that it weighed in at over 5 pounds. Now, I don't care where you catch a largemouth, over 5 pounds, that's still a big old fish. Way to go, Julie. Keep on reeling them in. All right, fishermen and women, make sure to keep those trophy pictures coming. All the information you need to be in a future episode of Big Old Fish and win a Norling Taxidermy fish mount is on our website, WJFW.com. And remember, anglers, fish on.
You know what I'm going to miss most about space?
What's that?
How easy it is to keep up my saving habit. There's nothing to buy up here.
We're making it easier to save on Earth, too. When you open a savings builder account at BMO Harris, you can get a cash reward for every month you save.
Anything to help launch my savings?
Sure. When you open a checking account, we'll give you $200 to kickstart your savings progress.
$200 and a monthly savings reward.
It's a way to save that won't weigh you down. It's a little space humor.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect.
Bolger Cremation and Funeral Services of Woodruff, serving families from all walks of life. Cremation, funerals, pre-planning, monuments, veteran services.
Most pubs have a football team, a darts team. This pub has a choir, always has, and we are the Choir of Man.
Wake me up when it's all over.
The hottest show, stunning audiences across the globe, has landed stateside. Join the Choir of Man in the best pub show you've ever been to. Raise your glass to the Choir of Man.
At the Grand Theater, downtown Wausau.
Stuck on eggs, burnt on batter. You can't escape the nightmare of your sticky pans. Introducing the Granite Stone Pan, the all-new durable non-stick pan. No butter or oil needed. Watch, we melted down these sticky candies in Granite Stone, and it just doesn't stick. We cooked a half a dozen eggs, bacon, cheese, and tomato breakfast with no butter or oil, and it just doesn't stick. Fire flambe or perfectly seared filet, just like the pros. Plus, it's PFOA free and 100% dishwasher safe. Call or go online to get your Granite Stone Pan for just $19.99. Granite Stone is so durable it comes with a 10-year warranty. And with every order, you're going to get a Granite Stone single-serve egg pan absolutely free. We'll even ship your entire order free. You get it all. An incredible value.
To order, call 1-800-898-6703. That's 1-800-898-6703 or order online at buygranitestone.com.
At WJFW, our Newswatch 12 News team works around the clock to bring you the news that matters most of all to the North Woods. Our team is committed to the community and ensuring that you are as informed as possible. NBC Newswatch 12, news from where you live.
Hollywood legend Sidney Poitier has died today. Off the screen, Poitier was a huge civil rights activist. Mark Barger takes a look at his incredible life.
They call me Mr. Tibbs.
It's maybe the most memorable line from an iconic career spanning more than half a century, one that made Sidney Poitier among Hollywood's most revered actors. Born in Miami but raised in the Bahamas, Poitier moved back to the U.S. as a teenager.
No, I was right. I know I was right. I've got to prove it.
His big screen debut came in No Way Out in 1950. It launched a series of roles noted for their cultural impact during a time when America started confronting racial divisions.
20 long years on a chain gang.
Starring opposite Tony Curtis in The Defiant Ones, Poitier was nominated for his first Academy Award in 1958.
He didn't say anything to me about sending me any place. I was just passing by.
6 years later, he made history, becoming the first Black Academy Award winner for Best Actor in Lilies of the Field. More iconic roles followed, playing Virgil Tibbs in The Heat of the Night, a sophisticated big city detective investigating a murder in the rural South.
Though we had black detectives in pretty much every city in the country, we had not had that kind of representation on the screen, and I was very proud to be there doing it.
Other landmark roles in the 60s shined a light on racial inequality.
All I want is to make a future for this family.
Including A Raisin in the Sun and the groundbreaking Guess Who's Coming to Dinner.
I fell in love with your daughter.
Starring opposite Spencer Tracy and Katharine Hepburn. Poitier showed his versatility in Hollywood as well, acting in comedies and directing nearly a dozen movies.
That's right, we're bad.
Including Stir Crazy with Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder. He also served as Bahamian ambassador to Japan from 1997 to 2007. And in 2009, President Obama awarded Poitier the Medal of Freedom, the nation's highest civilian honor. Sidney Poitier, an actor who broke down barriers and forever changed Hollywood, his art advancing the cause of equality. Mark Barger, NBC News.
Are you doing?
Dude, I'm so excited. I just can't wait for summer.
Can't wait to get on the water? Then get to Wisconsin's biggest boat and pontoon showroom at American Marine and Motorsports in Shawano. We have more boats and pontoons in stock than anywhere else, and we have the biggest and best deals, guaranteed by at least $500. Don't get left out in the cold. Get the most out of your weekends this year with American Marine and Motorsports Shawano.
Moments of life are special, and suffering from diabetes should not get in the way. US Med's mission is to find ways to make your diabetes more manageable and more comfortable. You deserve to enjoy life without the constant reminder of living with diabetes. If you monitor with 4 or more tests per day, inject insulin 3 or more times per day, or use an insulin pump, you may qualify to receive a continuous glucose monitor, the latest in diabetes technology. A continuous glucose monitor provides blood sugar readings without uncomfortable finger sticks and alerts you real time to potentially harmful spikes in your blood sugar levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurance companies. If you're a caretaker for someone who suffers from diabetes or have diabetes yourself and meet these conditions, please call our diabetic specialist now to see if you qualify for your continuous glucose monitor.
If you're living with diabetes and using insulin, you know the pain of pricking your fingers over and over again. By wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you can reduce the pain of pricking your fingers right away. If you're testing your blood sugar 4 more times per day, injecting insulin 3 or more times per day, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetic Health Hotline today and learn about the latest CGM technology. Not only can a CGM immediately reduce pain, it's accurate, easy to use, and helps you make better diabetes treatment decisions. And if you have Medicare, you can get a new CGM at little or no out-of-pocket cost. We'll also provide free shipping of your new CGM, and we'll bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 4 more times per day and injecting insulin 3 or more times per day, or using an insulin pump, call now and learn how to receive your new continuous glucose monitor at little or no out-of-pocket cost.
Welcome back for a final look at your forecast. Tonight we're getting down to the negative single digits to even some just low single digits. So no, it's going to be pretty cold out there, feeling like the negative teens with the wind chill in mind. And we do have a few light snow showers on the way. That gets us into Saturday, having a mostly gray day, temperatures in the low 20s, feeling like the low teens with the wind chill. And as we look at our 7-day forecast, we are going to see some bitterly cold days ahead, Nate. Look at Monday, a high of 0, and then a slow recovery until we have our next chance for snow showers by Friday, and temperatures back in the 30s.
Definitely. So if you're heading out this weekend, bundle up, stay safe. Thanks, Andrew. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend.